Hello everyone, I hope that you're all having a fantastic day today. I apologize, you might hear a fan that I have going in the background. Unfortunately, that's a necessity if I'm to stream for any longer than like an hour, because I have dry eye syndrome, and so I constantly monitor the humidity and temperature in my apartment, because otherwise I won't be able to see after a little while. And you may also see mist going across the camera. It's I had to modify my humidifier setup after yesterday's stream. Trying to mimic the hunter's dream in your apartment, eh? Well, that would be nice, because it looks like a rather humid place, but I don't really know how the humidity is in the dreamland, so I can't say. I spent a few hours today with the mist. Yeah, I got it. Because, yeah, it looks like a fairly humid place. I spent a few hours today editing the audio and clearing out noises like that and editing out loading screens and whatnot. Should turn the mist up more atmospheric. So, the first 3 episodes, I guess, of however long this permadeath run goes, I don't know, I don't think we're going to keep doing it until we've beaten it, but we are certainly going to continue it until we die, at least. And I'll be uploading them all to YouTube. What I do now whenever I stream is I simultaneously record with my HD PVR, which records at 1080p, and then I take the sound off of Twitch, enhance it, and then match it up to the 1080p recording, which only records the game sound. And so, you know, the end result is much like the very last episode of my blind playthrough of the Old Hunters, will be considerably better in terms of video quality and sound quality than that which you're experiencing right now. But of course, that's only something I'm able to do in post-production, so I hope those of you who are here live will forgive me if the YouTube audience has somewhat of a better video and audio experience. But you're here live, so as far as I'm concerned, that's a little bit better. So last time we left off having defeated the Witches of Hemwick. And we need 4 more twin bloodstone shards to upgrade our weapon to +6. So I think we're going to start today by going to get those twin bloodstone shards. Something that I mentioned yesterday, to elaborate on that, cool man, is that, yeah, we've not done a level 4 run, or I've not done a level 4 run in this game, so this, I think, would be a good start. I'm considering doing the Old Hunters, but I'm not confident in my ability to kill the Orphan of Kos without dying. So I think we're just going to make this an any % run to start. And then the next thing we'll do is a soul level 4 run, blood level 4, whatever you want to call it. And then after that, we'll put the 2 together, and we'll do an all bosses soul level 4, no leveling run, and see how far we get. So far, we're not doing too bad. Some say Cosm, the Orphan of Cosm. So where do we need to go? We need twin bloodstone shards. Slaughterbuck, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. So we are now officially over 300 followers. Whoever was the 300th follower, I apologize for not having... Oh! Henriette. Okay, we're gonna have to see who this summon is. We're not gonna have them for the boss, but it's because these are things that... this is still attempt number 1, Long Johns McGee. We've not yet died. I want to see what this person's wearing. Tried doing Oasis Skin Permadeath run a few times, and the furthest I've gotten is the one Reborn, but it's the most fun I've had outside. Wow. That's pretty impressive that you got all the way to the one Reborn. Okay. So this person is very much just a generic old hunter. They're wearing the same garb and set as us, but they have the one... I'm trying to get acquainted here. Church servants, please. allow us to get acquainted. Any thoughts on Henriette or Defector Antal? I think Defector Antal is very, very interesting. This is my first time meeting Henriette, though. Vish Falsetta, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. Much appreciated. But this is my first time meeting this NPC. I think that the Defector Antal, we will be able to talk about him in the context of Let's Talk Lore, because he has his summon sign in Yahar Ghul, and we have not yet been there. If you have Bolt Paper, Fire Paper, and Beast Pellets, it's really not so bad. I recall stun-locking Amelia to death with the axe. Interesting. But yeah, Henriette just has got a Kirk Hammer, obviously, a torch or a Hunter's Torch, and just the plain Hunter set. Is it a she or a he? It appears as though it's a she, which is cool. Hello, that guy, Patches. Yeah, this is my first time attempting it. We've not yet died, which is a good sign, but we shall see. We're going to go right now and hopefully get a few more Twin Bloodstone Shards so that we can level up our weapon before going to fight Vicar Amelia. So we're obviously being very, very safe. Eldebode, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. Much appreciated. So yeah, so we're not going to have Henriette, she's not going to help us. Henriette is also present in the Hunter's Nightmare, right behind the chapel near Ludwig. Oh, okay. She seems pretty awesome. No, the pleasure is mine, Eldebode. Nice to have you here, friend. Or I should say, the pleasure is mutual. That's a better way of putting it. Okay, so are you saying, Lancelot, that she's a summon? Because I missed that. Maybe you have to summon her the first time? I don't think so, Valaxamel. I'm not really sure if there's really all that much to go on at this moment, just because, you know, it's not an NPC with any dialogue. She looks to have... That's the repeating pistol. So she has the... She has a Sword Hunter badge. And we can tell that because she has the repeating pistol and the Kirk Hammer. And she's been... Yeah, so she's only, as far as we're aware, she's progressed to this point in the game, and if she's in the DLC, that means she also beat Vicar Amelia. But as far as I'm aware, but I've not yet been to the late game since the patch. So, yeah, we'll see if we see any more from her. But as best as I can tell, it just looks like she was a recent Pale Blood Hunter, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go this way. Another thing I noticed yesterday is really annoying about streaming from the PS4 is that it will often change the title of the game that you're playing to add a little trademark symbol at the end. And the problem with that, of course, is that most people, when streaming on Twitch, you know, they don't have the little trademark thing there at the end. So today we will have people moseying on in from the game directory on Twitch, which is pretty cool. So if any of you fit that description, welcome. Nice to have you here. So this is pretty dangerous, what we're doing. And I don't even know where our summon is. Oh no. But we're doing it all for the Twin Bloodstone Shards. There's one. And is this guy following us? Oh, you stupid idiot. Any plans for more Bloodborne cinematic lore? Yes, absolutely. I just finished watching and need more. Well... Okay. I hope you all forgive me for a second while I ensure that this run doesn't end here. Because I may have just potentially put myself in a pickle. This dumb idiot, look at him. Okay, but she's summoned with the Old Hunter's Bell, which, if you remember the description, works different than a normal beckoning bell. Yes. My interpretation of that is that the Old Hunter's Bell was given outside of Volta and Madara. She's the only summon without requiring you being a part of the Legion. No, that's not true, Lancelot. I'm not sure if I said hello to you, by the way, so hello if I did not. Because if you go to the Chalice dungeons, there are any number. Gummo 5555. Thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Rant King Covenant. Much appreciated. But yeah, Lancelot, in the Chalice dungeons, there are a lot of summons, and you don't need to be a part of the League to beckon those NPCs. Where did he go? And where is our summon? I think he might have gone back. No. Where is he? Shit. This is a very bad position that I put myself in. Oh, there he is. Alright, let's see if we have anything to take him out from range. JR Junior 007 PR. Thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Rant King Covenant. Much appreciated. Maybe he's susceptible to poison. Okay, one thing we're going to do is we are going to use a silencing plank and send our friend home, because she doesn't appear to be any help. Or at least she seems to have chained somewhere up there. Okay, he's poisoned. So now we wait. I meant near Ludwig. Oh, you mean... Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, Lancelot. Thank you for that clarification. The lesser difficult Yahar'gul Hunter is worth killing for the bolt paper if you're not trying to do all the content. Touché. Well, this works out. Yeah, I'm still not sure. Like, we may still do... Are you doing this by yourself, or am I going to do co-op? I'm doing this by myself. Just because... Yeah, if you avoid co-op, then you also avoid invasions. Because I would have no problem with summoning help. But... Also, what does this guy drop then? It's only the Tonitrus one that drops the fold paper, is what you're saying. This guy's so stupid. Blood Echoes? At least give me some Quicksilver bullets. If I had a Shaman Bone Blade, I'd deal with him no problem. Okay, so next we got this asshole. Not many poison throwing knives left, though. Damn it. Alright. So it looks like we're going to have to parry this guy, which I'm very afraid of doing. Because there are two crystal lizards here that we need very much. Wow, okay. Quit hitting me through the freaking geometry, will ya? I read the description of the Old Hunter's Bell. It does specify the hunters used to dream, but it says they have long passed from the dream. Yeah. So, which is why I think whenever we see, you know, an old hunter who has old Hunter's Bell, that they were at one point a Pale Blood hunter. Now, that is not to say that their purpose was precisely the same as ours. They could have had a very different contract based on what state the world was in at that moment. Okay, this guy's not going anywhere, is he? Let's see what else we have. I don't know if these guys respond to Punch and Blood Cocktail, but we shall see. Hello, Brindleson. Save your Molotovs for Lawrence. Super effective. I don't know if we're going to be fighting Lawrence. We may just do the main game. We'll see. And yes, Lawrence, the guy who's on fire, right? I just think the gear may be more a way to put someone in the timeline rather than mirroring the PC's path at all. I mean, you never know. Gwen was weak to fire for some reason. Touche, Brindleson. Okay, so we just got this guy to deal with. And I think we're going to let the crystal lizards run, and then we're just going to quit and reload. Yeah, there they go. Run! Okay, they do not respond to Punch and Blood Cocktail. Okay, that was close. That was very close. I hate the executioners. A fiery passion. Alright, now we're going to quit and reload. Damien of Mensis, is that the one who we find... Is that the one who we find summon sign outside of Abretus' boss room? Or Ebertas, however it's pronounced? Maverick 2295, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. Much appreciated. And Rom too, and he has the lock shield, right? I don't know. So we're just going to use a Bolt Hunter's Mark back. No point in messing with this right now. Oh. That is so cool. I want to summon him. Really sucks that... like it does and it doesn't. But like certain parts of the game I wish we could have redone with, I don't know why I repaired that. That I wish we could have redone after the old hunters for Let's Talk Lore. So we're at 177 damage, and now we're up to 194, so not great. What would happen if you were stuck in a desert for a month without any mist or eye drops, Aegon? My eyes would probably dry over, and yeah, I would have permanent damage to my vision. Hello, Theomeni. It's going excellent. How are you, friend? Something I meant to do last time. There we go. Isaac Swasties. Thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. Much appreciated. Okay, so I think we're about ready to go take on Vicar Amelia. And since we have 0 insight, you'll notice the doll has reverted back to being a doll. Which is interesting. But it is going excellent, Theomany. I hope that you have had a great holiday season so far. And the same for everyone else in the stream. 10 Corvus, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. Is someone like ripping the biggest bong hits next to you? There's like smoke streaks in the cam or something. It's my humidifier. So, yeah, I have dry eye syndrome, so I need to keep the humidity in my apartment at a high level. And unfortunately right now, since it started to get cold, people are turning on their heaters, which affects the airflow in my apartment. Fourth the Master, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. You've got to take a hit sometimes. No, that's actually what this plate is for. I have that all. I have to make sure everything's all ready before I start streaming. Okay. On to Vicar Amelia. But yeah, it's something. Oh, we need blood vials. Shit. It's something we touched on briefly in the Let's Talk Lore series, but basically when I was younger I had cystic acne, and so I tried basically every medication, nothing seemed to work, and then they put me on a medication of last resort, essentially called Accutane, which essentially dries out a certain part of, like, certain oils that your face produces in exchange for getting rid of the cystic acne. So it's a trade-off that, you know, it's a thing. I would almost rather that. I don't know which I'd rather have, but it certainly is not fun having cystic acne. So this is a shitty trade-off, but an acceptable one. By the way, Kelson448, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Ranting Covenant. Ever plan to get Jerko in stream? By Jerko, you mean Marco, my best friend, the trash man? I prefer dry eyes, I think. Did you know you'd have dry eye syndrome from the medicine, or was it just a risk? It was one among many risks. There are plenty of side effects to that medication. So, but you know, as a teenager in high school, I will do my best for to do that, HW guy. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I think that Marco is busy tonight, but he has been on the stream previously, and I do indeed intend on having him on again. Maybe the next time we play co-op, because we're still working our way through the Chalice dungeons, so that would be cool, and then everyone would be able to join in for some co-op. Ouch. But yeah, as a teenager in high school, having cystic acne, such that, you know, I couldn't walk through the halls without someone commenting on the acne that I had. And you know, other than that, I'm very fortunate in that. Okay, I need to. But other than that, like, I was very fortunate in that I was, you know, always kind of smart and, you know, otherwise not incredibly difficult to look at. So, like, the acne was bad, but it was bad to the point where basically I just wanted to do anything to get rid of it. So, what chalices are you in with the trash man, by the way? I think we just finished Lower Lawrence, so we have a fair bit left to do. Just got pointed to you from Vati Vidya's latest video, and this seems pretty interesting. Well, welcome, Kelson. Happy to have you here, friend. Alright, so, why am I even bothering with that? Did I not get... I didn't get Numbing Mist. Whoops. So yeah, so we're gonna go grab Numbing Mist before we go fight the boss. Hello! Ah, crud. Have you considered doing vloggy style videos or maybe mixing it into your Bloodborne commentary more? I like hearing about your life and stuff. I like it when EMB does it too. Well, I think I do probably more of that than I expected would be. Yes, Lancelot, the co-op will be open for people. That's what we did last time, and that's what we'll continue to do whenever Marco and I co-op on the stream. I guess, like, I always felt that the extent to which I talked about my personal life was already kind of pushing it. So I would say that, because it's hard for me to just sit in front of a camera or, you know, in front of my microphone and just talk about personal things. I think that, like, for me anyway, stories are more interesting and more relevant when, you know, they come up organically in the context of a given thing. So, like, in the context of playing Bloodborne, that happens to me a lot. So, if you have any questions about anything, you feel free to ask. You can always ask questions. I may not answer all of them, but there's no harm in asking questions. And I will do my best to answer them. Oh, I'm scared. I'm very scared. Very scared. But we gotta do it. Let's do it. Let's make sure we're all set.
Partake in communion and feast upon the old blood.
Hello, Sentient Raisin. Not really sure. Mostly just a quality build at this point. Gatorade, no Mountain Dew. Confirm gonna lose. Well, I don't tend to drink. I drink much more Gatorade than I do Mountain Dew. The sun is by your side, my dude. Well, thank you, Mentos. Much appreciated. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Not a good start. Okay, that was way easier than I imagined it was going to be. I guess when you have your weapon already up at +6, that's what tends to happen. Touche, thank you, Theomany. Let's go buy some blood vials first. Yeah, I think the nature of my content is such that I'm never going to have a lot of subscribers, but I'm honestly totally fine with that. Just because, you know, it's longer form and people are not always in the mood for that, which is totally fine and understandable. Especially considering how often I ramble. And, you know, people are busy. And some people just don't like me, which is fine too. You can't please everyone. Never say never. Okay, well, I'll say it's unlikely, but I won't say never then in that case. Yeah. Yeah, I'm likewise cool, man. I think because well, I change armors, yes. don't really have anything to change into now. We should probably go do Ricky M84. I remember your name, yes. I think YouTube has kind of replaced channel surfing and not watching anything particular. Yeah, I got rid of my cable long ago. Dude, the way you're drinking Gatorade is making me crave Gatorade. I've never had Gatorade. Well, it's not quite Mentos the fresh maker, but
oh, hello.
So we're gonna grab Henrik's Garb because it's Henrik's Garb. So I have an opinion on meritocracy. In that, do I think meritocracy exists? The problem with meritocracy is how does one measure merit? In any context, you will find that the answer to that question is not at all clear-cut. And that you will often find people who purport to be able to measure merit, but you know, how and why not? Why that way and why not any other way? And I think that the main thing that leads me to believe that I'm unlikely to gain a huge amount of subscribers is that I'm unwilling to waver on my values in many respects. So I don't know. And also that I don't give straight answers. So I apologize if you're one of those people who I likely drive crazy with that. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you. Finish him! Eileen, don't do this. Thank you. Oh, man. I raged on Dark Beast Parl earlier and decided to take a break. Here, I need to get good and farm, I guess. Well, it doesn't mean you have to get good. It's just Dark Beast Parl isn't always the easiest boss to deal with. Whoa, she walked all the way up the stairs. I've never had her do that before. That's really cool. You read any books, Aegon? A few. I read, on average, a book every couple days, basically. I think you talking about your philosophical positions would be interesting, but I don't really have anything specific to ask. Well, I guess what I can say is that when I started graduate school, and I'm studying science and technology studies, which is essentially, at its most basic level, is the interaction of science and society. But on a deeper level is, you know, science and technology, or technoscience, permeates our lives in ways today that it didn't, 15 or even 20 or 30 years ago. Such that many of our old ways of understanding how the world works no longer really apply. So, my discipline is one among many who are, attempting to kind of piece that together. I thought she was going to die as well. Have I read 1984? George Orwell's book, I assume. I have not personally read it, no, but it is interesting how much of what was written seems to have come to fruition to a certain degree. Tygaz66. I watched Vati's new video and saw your feature, so I went on the channel and saw you streaming right now. What are you doing right now in Bloodborne? We are doing a permadeath run. So we've made it. We just beat Vicar Amelia. And so we are going to... My problem is that I have a huge backlog of books to get through right now because I'm currently in the midst of doing comprehensive examinations, which, yeah, entails reading, 4 or 5 books a week. So I've unfortunately not much time at the moment for leisure reading. God, he really does have ugly trousers, but notice that oh no, see, look, he's got double straps on both legs. He must be an outrageously efficient reader. I've managed to read like 2 books in the last 5 years. Well, you learn that... hello, I'm that guy 42. I haven't decided that just yet. We shall see. I'm currently thinking that we'll probably only just do the bosses in the main game and not those in the DLC, but we shall see. Hi, Twitch is finally working for me. Well, it's good good to hear that, Richard. I went into a whole thing yesterday after you initially said hi, and then I was like, oh, I guess his connection
Farewell, good.
gave out on him. But I will be posting those portions from yesterday's stream on YouTube, so...
Well, what is it? Very well.
Actually, we should probably buy Blood Echoes. I got a Stephen King book for Christmas, so I might read that in the following couple of years. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, I don't know if it's so much that I'm an efficient reader as it is I've come to realize that in the Academy, no one talks about the fact that they assign an unreasonable volume of reading. So basically you learn to just strategically skim, is probably the easiest way of putting it. Kelson asks, you mentioned that your values may stop you from getting a larger subscriber base. What values in particular do you believe may not appeal? Values that lead many to describe me as, in a pejorative sense, which makes not a lick of sense to me, but to describe me as a social justice warrior. The hated 5689, thank you for the follow, friend. In other words, I am a feminist. And for one reason or another, that is not a position that most people seem particularly fond of. Wifey wants to know if you do a collaboration with Dave Control Live, Fungo, or Sunlight Blade. Although she's lifting up faster than I can type. I'm not sure about collaborations with, like, I've done a collaboration with. I am a third wave feminist, if you must categorize it in waves. Yeah, I've done collaboration with Redgrave, and I have one planned with Richard Pilbeam, or JSF, who is hopefully still in the stream somewhere. And unfortunately, just given my schedule, those collaborations with the people who I know well are themselves a lot of work to do. So at some point I would be very much open to that. So well, Vati Vidya very kindly in his most recent video very kindly suggested that people check out my channel after having reference my video on Gehrman and the Orphan of Kos. So, notwithstanding any past events, I very much appreciate him doing that. So, Okay, good to hear, Richard. What I was saying yesterday, Richard, I guess I'll just briefly repeat myself. And that is your point. Io, thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Rant King Covenant. Much appreciated. Yeah, your point, Richard, from the first video, I've not gotten a chance to watch the second or the third yet, although I don't believe you've uploaded the third yet, of your Old Hunter's first impressions, is the brilliant, like, how you pointed out our apparent inability to see up and to see the next layer of the Dreamlands, and that we can still somehow see down. Finally, seems to explain to me in the Hunter's Dream how on each of the headstones it says "Awaken above ground" when the action prompt pops up. That never made any sense to me, but it would seem, based on what you said and what I was thinking previously, that the tops of the poles may in fact be supporting something. What that is, I'm not entirely sure, but I just thought that was really cool. Planning on collaboration with JSF due to how frequently you discuss the lore of the Souls games. Yeah, more or less. And yeah, JSF is incredibly knowledgeable about all these things that I have no clue about. And that's what I think collaboration should be about. Feminism is just the next step in social equilibrium. Don't think for a second it carries a negative vibe. Well, I'm glad that you think so. Wait, you're a feminist? Oh shit. Yes.
The password. The password. I'm at the door and got to close the door. Close the door.
I'm an idiot. I didn't touch the skull. I am such an idiot. I hate the pejorative aura the internet has put on feminism, brushing off everything as simple SJW. It's super annoying and also a little frightening as a female myself. I think feminism and its opponents have a huge image problem, and the conversation about it is just a pressured echo chamber of hot air. I don't think people should really mind too much unless you started talking about how all white men should die or whatever. Yeah, I was thinking some of the mythologies that look at worlds as stacked, and even in the context of Dark Souls 1, you could look at the world of Dark Souls 1 as being sort of stacked in that way. Well, but Ricky, you can make that same argument about any demographic of people, and especially something like feminism, which is... it's not like, you know, you don't get a membership card. Anyone can describe themselves as a feminist. Interesting, Theomini. Looking forward to hearing more about that.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
So, with respect, Mentos, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. That to equate people who, self-described, however they describe the what a feminist is. People who, you know, generally speaking, wants to just, you know, improve the world and make things more equal for all people. To equate their actions, you know, valid or otherwise, to equate them to one of the, you know, a totalitarian regime that is responsible for, you know, tens of millions of deaths is absurd. Hello, Weebus Danklord. We take conversations wherever they go. So, that's okay. So why not call myself a humanist? Because I'm not a humanist. Because I also don't believe that scientific knowledge is universal. What are your thoughts on the theories of Dark Souls and Bloodborne are in the same universe just separated by time? Hello, Sentient Raisin. I believe I said hi to you earlier, but... I don't know. I would tend to just separate Bloodborne entirely. Not entirely, but in terms of the universe. Seems like there's a lot of uniquely mysterious feminine powers in the Souls games. Like in Demon Souls, I recall Sage Frake, or someone mentioning women have a special capacity for spellcasting. Okay, well maybe, I don't know. Dodge909, thank you for the follow, friend. That's why I tend to stay away from labels. Because labels are, yeah... they're only as good as the labeler, and don't map one-to-one onto individuals. And when I call myself a feminist, it's very different idea than what most people would equate with feminism. Because my brand of feminism, if you had to brand it, would be academic feminism. There's a common trope you see about men being culture and women being nature. Do I think a sci-fi Dark Souls is possible? If so, how? I think that Jordan DC 100. Welcome to the follow, friend. Or welcome to the follow. Thank you for the follow, friend. Welcome to the Rant King Covenant. Do you believe I can succeed in becoming a doctor? I don't see why not, Ricky M. Do I think a sci-fi Dark Souls game is possible? I think so, based on Bloodborne. You would have to... Yeah, you would have to figure out some way of implementing, I don't know, sci-fi mechanics, but I see it as 100% possible. Yeah, but Mentos, it's an absurd comparison that really has no place or no basis in reality. Because when you use that term, you are explicitly making that connection. You're making that reference. So you can't get around it by saying that you're not making it in reference to Hitler's reign. Because they're not at all the same thing. And I say that as someone who has family whose lives were destroyed by the Nazi regime.